Today's how to build is on Snowbearmen. So, during chapter 1, Phil and Sherry talk about their weekend vacation where they meet a whole bunch of Snowbearmen and free them from being enslaved by Commodore Creamsicle. This guy right here actually came in official Lego set. It was the Adventurers Orient Expedition series. He was supposed to be a Yeti. So this is like official Lego creature, but just to show you how he's made up. His head is this big piece, and then his body is made up of this one leg piece, and then two 1x2 Technic bricks with a hole, and this arm piece. So very specific pieces. In addition to the Yeti, there were also two other monsters that were similar, like a tiger monster and sort of a dog monster. And I think actually, officially, there's a 2x2 plate in the Yeti, which makes it a little taller, but you can build it without and then have slightly different size Snowbearmen, as I like to call them. So obviously I'm going to show you how to build this guy, which is my interpretation of building this with bricks, since if you don't have these pieces, you can't really make this guy. As a baby Snowbearman, I used this old Ewok head, and then the body is just a tan body of any sort. This is, I think, Dobby, but it gets covered up with tan hands and little pants, and I imagine that Snowbearmen, their fur changes color when they get older, so they go from tan to white. I am missing some stages in the Snowbearman life cycle, but I thought it was nice to add a little bit more. Alright, so let's see how to make this guy. So we're going to start down here, recreating the leg piece, roughly. This is a 1x2 upward slope and downward slope, stuck on top of one another. Do that twice. We're going to stick that all in a 2x3 plate here in a second. Alright, so 2x3 plate. Stick that in, and then as those who watch these videos on a regular basis know, you will be not surprised to see jumper plates, one of my favorite pieces, because to fit into the official Yeti body, you need to make the upper part of the leg smaller. So you can see they go from being 3 wide to 2 wide, so just want to recreate that. So 2 jumper plates, 2 1x1 tiles. I'm just going to put a 2x2 brick there. So you can see that this would work if you have some of the Yeti pieces to just replace the legs, like so. So obviously the 1x2 Technic brick we can keep because that's a pretty regular piece, but this arm we're going to need to replace because most people aren't going to have it. So this arm technique, I fully admit, is not my own creation. I saw it online a while ago. I don't remember whose idea it was, but it's really, really clever, far too clever for me. So I do not take credit, but I don't remember whose it was. So this is one of these little control sticks. I have taken the stick out of the bob, and then I've got a second bob down here. Bob. All right, so normally you stick it in this way, but what we're going to do is stick it through backwards and keep pushing so that the bob goes all the way down to the nub, for now at least. And then we're going to put this one on. This creates a little hinge. So hard to show you the detail of this, but basically this control stick still wants to work like normal, but this other piece, you want to get the lever like centered in it because that's where it will stick the best for keeping the position you put it in. So if you have it on the end, it's going to slide a lot more. But if it's centered nicely, it'll be a nice joint. Anyway, next we're going to take some 1x1 cylinder pieces. So like so. Stick a Technic pin in there. You'll notice that the control rod sticks through there. And then over here we're going to do another cylinder, but with a half pin stuck into it. And at the end we'll put a 1x1 clippy plate. And then we've made a rough duplicate of the arm. Now this arm can actually bend, like so, which is pretty cool. You could also, if you wanted to, twist it and have it bend like that, but I recommend just sort of going like that. So yeah, that's a cool arm technique that I stole from somebody else online. Apologies, person I stole from. Right, so you're gonna make 2 of those, and that will replace the arm bits. And you put them on top of there. All right, now this last piece was tricky to duplicate. Did my best. It's not perfect, but it's about as good as I could do given the weirdness of it. So let's separate this bit out here. Okay, so I'm gonna start with one of these brackets, and I'm just gonna build this on the body for simplicity's sake. So 1x2 to 2x2 bracket. There go his legs. So bracket there. Behind that, we're going to do 1x2 plate. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to start building the mouth first. So these corner plates go here, and then behind that, a 1x4 plate. Now this gives that sort of hangover of the shoulder that he has up here. And then we're gonna go 2x2 plate, put some cheese slopes going back on it. Now on this, depending on how many of these grill plates you have, I used all the ones I could find for this guy to give him a little more texture, so he looks like he has the furry lines like he does there. Start by putting these 2 on the shoulder. Now this brick could be replaced by a 1x1 Technic brick with a half pin in it, but if you've got this new type of headlight brick that is sort of flush to the edge, use 2 of those back there. Now for the top of his head, I'm going to do a 2x3 plate, again with a grill plate. And then his eye, I'm going to use the old style headlight brick, and his ear, an old style headlight brick as well. So 4 headlight bricks. And because he has ear holes and I wanted to recreate that. And then on top, I'm again putting some grill plates just to give a little more texture. This fits there. He's got his sort of weird open mouth grinny stuff, but he's looking a little bare, pun intended, in the front. So clever thing here is so stick a 1x4 plate there, but then since this bracket has studs with holes in them, you can actually set in plates that are offset. So rather than sticking the studs right on top of the studs as normal, you can set these little bits in the middle of the plate inside the holes so that you have an offset without having to use jumper plates, because it would not work with jumper plates in there anyway. Okay, so then we're going to take another 1x3 plate, 3 of the grill pieces, put those on the front, a couple more grill pieces. Then he's got some more texture on him. And now for his back, we're going to take a 2x6 plate, Gonna have another 1x2 plate held with some grill plates. And we're gonna do a grill plate that way. 2 grill plates sticking off that way for his shoulders. Another one that way, more that way. Then we're gonna stick this on so it's flush there and goes up to the top of his head, and we get a little sort of shoulder bump. And there he is, our brick-built Snowbearman. He's a little bit bigger and bulkier than the original Snowbearman, but to get the head looking right and stuff like that, had to add some stuff. I think it's pretty good, all things considered, and does sort of look like a bear more than a robot, which was my first worry, that it would look like a robot, but you can judge for yourself whether it's more robotic or bear-like. The arms are definitely sort of robotic. Oh, I should show you this. So this Jester bot here is an example of where I combined this arm technique that I just showed you with this guy with the arm technique I showed in How to Build Robophilia. Click here to watch that one. Built this a while ago, but I imagine that Robophilia will fight this robot someday. But so yeah, so this is sort of like a Jester bot using that combination of this arm technique and that arm technique. So that's another idea of something you could build. Not going to show you step by step to do this one. You should know enough from seeing this arm technique and the Robophilia one. But yeah, Jester bot. But right, today was actually about Snowbearmen. So forget about Jester bot, Snowbearmen. Bye.